complete everything else first, but you decided not.
Well, it was on the, sorry, it was written down, yeah, it was after the item committee reports.
Okay.
Some of them were submissions, yes.
Your worship, I'd just like to, before we do the Microsoft comments from the councilors, that I would like to abstain from this voting and comments, because I've been thinking about this for the last while, and I did talk to my lawyer, and I do see it as a conflict of interest for myself and my partner, that, are looking at maybe doing a development on Main Street, just down from where this building is. And I see either way, whether I vote this way or that way, that it could be seen as a conflict of interest. So I'm going to abstain from
Fair comment.
Yep.
Fine. Well, there's a bit of a procedure with that, Councillor Oldham, in that you have to excuse yourself from the table, from the room, by rights. And there's a declaration that has to be signed. We have a book for that. We'll take care of that after the. Okay, thank you. So everybody's clear? Councillor Oldham accused himself. Good to go. Okay, so moving on from there. Okay, I guess as we enter into this discussion by council, and for council to have their debate, I just wanted to preface the debate, if I may, with just a couple of brief remarks as we then direct the debate. There's a bit of a process involved. This is more for, well, some of the council who were not involved in the public hearing, public participation meetings and so on like that, but have been involved over the years in council. But for everybody's sake, be at the table and in the gallery, there is a pretty significant process in how we get to, well, to this stage. And that comes down to it's funny, the comment was made to me on as I was making my way into the town hall this evening, that it was hopeful that democracy would prevail this evening. And I assured the person who made the comments that I was absolutely sure it probably would, being that everybody here was democratically elected in a public offering through the election. And all 7 of us, well 6 of us now at the table, I guess, with Councillor Oldham having been removed, were elected to act as stewards for our community, for the town of Wolfville, and to act in the long-term best interests of the town. Right? We are merely stewards of the community. As well as the council having been elected and selected by, I guess, a body of its peers and neighbors and friends and associates, whatever. There's a staff. We have a fairly significant staff, be it whatever, be it finance, be it public works, be it in this, for the most part this evening, involves the planning department. And we have planners who are employed by the town to assist in the development of our town. Planners are required to help the town through periods of change. Where we once had, in this particular community, where we once had, orchards on our fields and in streets, we now have many residential areas. Sherwood Drive, Chestnut, Kent, all, Skyway, all those areas. There was a time when we had some 7 service stations along Main Street, filling all the traffic and all the cars many years ago. We no longer have, outside of one farm, we no longer have a farm in the town of Wolfville outside of Kenny's, which I use regularly when it's open, but that's usually Tuesday afternoon from 2 to 3, and Saturday afternoons from 4 to 5 or something, but closed most of the winter now. But a great resource for the town. And of course, now the town, we have not one service station in the town, not one filling station. We do have Johnny Williams with his service area, but no actual filling stations in the town. The town has grown despite the farmlands being changed to residential and despite these service stations having been abandoned. We have committees. Committees are made up of local citizenry, our friends, our neighbors, our school chums, or people we stand in line at the grocery store with, volunteering their time and effort to contribute to the overall well-being of our town. It's comprised of neighbors, like I say, who have spent time through the staff and through their volunteer efforts and council to develop and put before us municipal planning strategy, MPS it's referred to, the land use bylaw, the LUB, and at one point it's still used the architectural guidelines. All this to really to enhance the town, we think. Those who have been involved believe so. Many public participation meetings, so everyone can be heard. There are public hearings before council, which we had last week. So again, everyone can be heard, state their case. And then we have these public debates with respect to the same development, so that council can then ask their questions, state their cases, and allow people to have one more course of vetting. Then council must consider all of this and make the decision. What's the best for the town? All of this has been devised and implemented to mitigate poor or no planning. This all comes about, typically it's not the council that devises projects or efforts or endeavors that are to come. It's entrepreneurs. It's those people who sit out there and actually create an economy. They bring their ideas that they have before bodies not unlike ourselves, many of them, in an attempt to see their idea grow and nurture and maybe come to fruition. Is it right? Is it wrong? That'll be debated and held on through public hearings and meetings and efforts like this evening as well. Council and staff and the committees are then, through this effort, make the decision to decide in the best interest of the community as a whole. Cast a ballot with that thought in mind, and what's best in the long term. Is it good for the town? This is all about balance. The town needs to be. It needs to. We're all here to improve our respective communities, be it Wolfville, be it Bridgewater, be it Annapolis, wherever the case may be, Halifax. Although I don't think we're going to see the Sky Project down here. But anyway, as we put our minds to that, I just wanted to counsel. It's all about balance. It's about what's best for Wolfville. And as we go through this effort this evening, there will probably be many questions, comments, and so on. And if we just bear that in mind as we make those deliberations. Anyway, I'll open the table up to anybody who has concern, question,